Before we move on to our under/over segment, we're going to talk real quick. Quick thoughts about the Titans Steelers game being flexed out. COVID-19 has gotten its way into the NFL. Kyle, what do you think about the whole situation? Is it what does it make you feel?
Nervous as all heck, that's for sure. I mean, right now, only 4 Titans players have been tested positive with COVID. Hopefully, they're okay. I don't know how serious it's going to be for them, but I hope they're okay. They say that there's no tests that were positive for the Vikings, who the Titans just played recently, but that's only in a few days' time. I mean, we're really not going to see if this is going to make much of a hit on other teams or even like
Now,
within the
real
organization until
isn't
much
it? I
in a
believe
couple
it's
of days.
5, 2 athletes and 3 staff.
I thought it was
I
4
believe-
athletes and 5 personnel guys for the Titans.
I'm not sure.
Oh,
I was
well,
pretty-
you keep
I'm
talking.
pretty
I'm going to
sure.
look it up.
You
might be right.
I'm just nervous about how much it's going to spread. Like, I mean, there's only so much you can do already to like make sure the spread is to a minimum. And like, the tests are good by the looks of things, but also we just don't know we just need to know in a longer span of time, like how serious this is going to be to where it affects like the rest of the league. Like it could, I don't know. I think it's a very dicey situation, and I'm not looking forward to seeing how the outcomes go. Hopefully it's going to be okay, but right now I'm very nervous about
It's
it. Very
3
cautious.
players and 5 staff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's 8 total, isn't it?
Yep, 3, and that is 3
That's
plus 5.
the math. Nick,
That's how
what do
they
you
get
think?
Yeah, I'm actually not. I mean, it is concerning, but I'm not too worried about it. Obviously, I hope everyone who has contracted it is healthy and it's
Safe.
not super serious.
Mhm.
But we saw the same thing happen with the Marlins in baseball, except it was way worse when it happened, and they had to postpone games immediately, and they're playing every single day almost, and all of a sudden they just turned it around and people bought in. And the NFL has been planning protocols for so long, for months, trying to figure this out. And it's just, we just got to trust that the people, the experts who they've worked with, do understand exactly how things are going, and they have a plan in place, and they might need to adjust it slightly. But I think from the sounds of it, that everything should be under control. You see they have those wristbands on everyone knows, they can see exactly who interacted with who, how close people got to, so they have so much information that I think it's pretty likely that they're able to keep this under wraps. It would have been far worse, and we will see because we have the quick test came in for the Vikings by this weekend before the games start. If all Vikings players are negative, then I think we're probably okay. And all the other Titans players are negative, looks like we should be fine.
Mhm.
If we do get a couple tests come positive or a lot, that's when I would start to really be concerned. But they've been prepared for this to happen. I'm sure the league has always expected that there will be cases. And so it's just, we don't want a whole team getting it. We don't want 2 teams getting it. And then, the fact that we're going to have the tests in time, the full tests, I think everything should be okay.
All right.
Outside of with Nick here, I hope any players, any personnel, they're all healthy, they're safe. That if they tested positive, it's just no symptoms, that their families and them are safe. Outside of that, I don't think it's a big worry at all. I mean, there's 26,000 people in the NFL, and we only have 8 by week 3. I think the NFL is saying this is great. Like, we did what we were needing to do. We didn't have a massive outbreak. It's not an entire team. It's 8 by week 3. I think they're actually pretty not excited, but like pretty glad that they were able to do it this far. The NBA bubble even got a little bit in at times. Like, there was a couple guys who left and had to quarantine. And so it was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen. The fact that it took to week 3, I think, is good. I think it shows they do know what they're doing, and I think most of the players care. I'd be curious to know how these guys got it, because if it's 5 staff and 3 players, I wondered, does that come from a team meeting? Did one staff member do this or that? Was it as simple as a kid? You know, I'm a teacher. Is it as simple as a kid was by a friend, that friend tested positive, kid got it, gave it to his dad ended up giving it to some other faculty and some of the players in a meeting? Like, you just don't know. So I'd be curious to know that, but I think they're going to be all right. It's all on one team, which is good. The fact that 1 out of 32 teams, you know, the other 31 are fine. Nobody else has the virus right now, and I think that shows that, hey, it snuck in. We were expecting this. We're adapting. We're going to throw a game on Monday, might be Tuesday, to make sure that everybody is healthy and that they can play. But I think the NFL is saying this is a win. That when COVID first got in, it was only 8 guys in week 3. That this for us is a win for the NFL right now because it's not a massive outbreak. It's not a huge – I mean, it's a big news story, but it's not the way the Marlins is. It's not being treated the way the Marlins were. Like, I think the NFL is happy with it. Am I, you know, maybe a little nervous it gets around? Let's see it really get out there before I start losing. I'm honestly, like, more nervous that the Eagles are 2-1 right now than COVID completely crushing the NFL. And then they rented out all of the Super Bowl hotels that they normally do for like a month. So they have it that entire week after their playing, or the entire month after the Super Bowl. So if they need to, they're just going to say, hey, we're going to shut the league down. You get a week bye, you know, and we'll just shut the whole league down and we're going to be back up and running, which would be great for the Eagles to get a little healthy. Not that I want that to happen. I'm just saying 2 weeks off. Can we just have 2 weeks off? But anyway, that's my thoughts. I'm with Nick. I'm not super nervous about it.
Yeah, you guys' words are reassuring for me anyway, but I don't know. At the same time, I just need to have a few more days where I see the outcome of this. But with the way that you guys are explaining it to me, maybe it is going to end up being fine. Maybe it is a relief that it's only these what's the math? 8 players. But right now, I'm a wee bit nervous.